Three, two.
Foolishness, foolishness.
What's up, world-renowned family? Neil Lowe's Jr. Welcome to the 2-6. And I have the honor of having a very, very, very special guest on with us today. None other than my brother, Mr. Freeman White the Third, aka Bubba, Goody Two Cleats, Lil Lemon. What else? Freemo.
Freemo.
So let me just tell people who you are. So if you guys have ever heard me tell any lies saying Tyrone, Leroy, Sensei, who else? Pookie, all of those stories about this guy right here. So welcome to the 2-6, Freemo. We appreciate your time, man.
Thank you. Glad to be here. It's an honor. It'd be the second interview on your new up-and-coming, world-renowned show.
You say it's an honor right now. That's because the first one with Arrow went totally different than this one.
Oh, man.
Now, well, I do want to tell people what we're going to be talking about as a premise. Well, I guess before that, we should go ahead and tell you how this is going to work. 26 minutes, uncut, unedited, unpolished. We're going to get the good, the bad, the ugly of Freeman White III. You ready?
Let's go.
All right. Well, the good thing is you're already on the clock and we're 24 minutes in. No, not 24 minutes in. We have 24 minutes left, which is only fitting for you, Mr. 2-4 Freeman White. Big difference from 48 Freeman White.
Woo, that was rough that freshman year, but hey, that's how they do the freshman, at least this freshman at least.
Okay, so we played college ball together, but I want to let the people know what we're going to be talking about today, and that is going to be overcoming and dealing with adversity. Because I know that the people just looking at you, they might not be able to tell by the good looks and the San Francisco hat, but you've dealt with your share of adversity, just as everyone has, if I'm not mistaken.
I have. It's just part of life. It rain on just as the unjust. So,
man, don't get philosophical on me, dog.
It's part of life, man. We just got to deal with it and keep on moving.
All right. So, as you guys can already see, Freemo gonna preach to us. He gonna give us some word. There's no telling. All right. Now, one thing I do want to apologize or warn the people of up front is the chance that they might not understand what you and I are saying once we get talking and once we get excited, because then we get that Alabama-nese coming out of us. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree, but we'll try to stay calm and
okay.
And do well.
So this topic is one. When I was drafting the questions to send over to you, I was like, dang. Dude, it looks deep and it looks heavy. You know what I mean? So first off, let's just start at the beginning of you and I. So we met 19 years ago, well, 18 years ago, freshman in college. And since then, you've been one of the calmest, coolest people I know. What do you attribute your, just chill attitude to?
I think when I'm calm or chill, I can focus more. I get more done. As we know, you just talked about when we get excited, kind of lose focus and just get everywhere. So the more focused and calm, I can just get a lot more done and just stick to the game plan. I like to prepare and be on a schedule and routine. So the more calm I am, the better I am.
Now, have you always been that way?
For the most part, I always just been a deep thinker. So just always just been laid back and calm.
All right. Now, speaking of you being a deep thinker, Goody Two Cleats, in college, Mr. Always thinking things through, always doing things the right way. How has, the way that you go into situations, how has your thought process and everything impacted you up to this point in your life, if I may ask?
I think it's been pretty much the same. Just like I said, I try to focus. I like to plan. I like to be on routine. I like scheduling. So I just try to stay on course. So don't like any distraction, but they do occur. I try to get back on track, or just deal with stuff as it comes. So just try to.
I think I lost you, homie. Hold on one second. You see, this is one of. Did I lose you? Can you hear me? Nod your head if you can hear me. You can hear me because I'm not hearing you. So this would prove a challenge. Let me tell you, man, this doggone technology, homie. So I still can't hear you, but what we're going to do, this is one of the great things about the 2.6. And as I said, it's going to be unedited, uncut, but keep stuff right here. Are you there? Leroy's camera crew, man. Yeah, you never know. All right, so people, this is the second episode. It will get better, I promise.
And like I just said, stuff happens. I keep on rolling, you know.
You know they're gonna think we planned that, man. They are gonna think we planned it. I promise. All right, so something that I sent over to you. Ever since I've known you, you've moved at your own pace. You've moved very peculiar ways, from you being a biology major, playing football. What is it about the way you move, and what gave you the confidence to move at your own pace, at your own speed, in your own direction, when being an athlete on campus would have said to live a totally different lifestyle?
Just sticking to my plan. Just always, involved in science. Just love science. Growing up.
Boy.
Hey, you gotta love science, man. Make the world go around. Study of life. But just sticking to the plan of doing biology and football, just knowing, what I came to college to do, get my education, play some football and just have fun. But just always got to stick to the plan and do what's set upon you and finish the job.
There you go, preaching, man. My dog. All right, so so you saying that you've always been this way. So I know a huge part or a huge impact on your life was Pops, was your dad. And something, I did ask your permission, so people don't just crucify me. This is something that brought Freemo and I close together years ago. So your Pops, man. So this is something that we share. I don't think that a lot of people know this about me either, but we both lost our dads. I lost mine 10 years ago. How long has it been for you?
Lost him in 2009. So
okay, so 9 years ago. Okay, all right. So that's something that I know that you had to deal with. The first thing is, first of all, how did losing your Pops affect you? As a man, as a son, as Freemo? Because you're named after your dad, just like I am. So what did that do to you?
It was a heavy, sudden blow just out the blue one day. Just wasn't expected. It just hit me hard and kind of took me down. And I was hurt. You just really can't put it into words fully, but it was just a hard time in my life, just dealing with the biggest negative, the biggest, saddest part, anything that happened in my life. So it was just rough trying to go through that time and just, get through it.
Right. So, that's one thing that I know, that even though we both lost our dads, it was different for me because my dad passed away from cancer. So we saw things, degressing years or months in advance. When with you, I remember getting a phone call from you, and it was an unexpected, like a minute thing, right?
Yeah, I would just talk to Pops maybe the morning before. I saw him dropped off his keys to the truck. I borrowed his truck. Then the next morning, I was heading to work. Just got a phone call out the blue, saying my Pop passed. It was just like, what? Just life just stopped on a dime. So it was crazy and just hurtful.
So coming from that, what were some of the things that you did? Because I think that this is something that maybe some of the viewers or listeners, we don't do a great job at in today's society of first, accepting hurt and going through the process. but then taking it and sharing the hurt and saying, okay, this is what I did to not overcome, but to deal with and to move forward. So what are some of the things that you did that you found were helpful for you?
Well, first, like I said, I come here to preach, but the verse that got me through this period was don't ask for understanding, ask for peace. So I never try to question God. Just it's done. It's what what we got to go through, but just try to ask for peace and just get through the period. But I learned just to focus my energy towards something positive. If I tell people that go through that process, just find something you can focus on. I started a lawn service. I started coaching Little League. There's something positive that you can help other people by, also helping yourself, and to keep your mind moving in a positive direction instead of just being idle and just moping around and just digging yourself in a hole. You got to keep it moving on something positive.
Okay. Now I want to talk about your dad, because your dad was like my dad. I'm telling you, there was so much alike that when I was talking to your dad, it was like I was talking to my dad as well. So I just want to ask you about, because I know we're talking about adversity. So one of the examples, I'm sure you know where I'm going with this. We went fishing, and talking about, you said just having to be able to move with life and adapt. We went fishing with Pops, man. And I think you had a fish. You claimed to have had a fish on your line.
The big one that got away.
The big one that got away. And I know people always talk about tough love. And man, when I say that nobody gave tough love like your Pops, bruh. When first of all, I knew we were in trouble when we were going out on the pier and we were trying to see who was going to carry what. And your dad said, you got to be fast in this game. See who was taking the cooler, who was carrying the stuff and everything. And I think that's
the lightest thing.
So because I think he grabbed like the light type of fishing rods and everything, and had us grabbing the cooler. Your Pops had left and walked off on us. But then you were fishing, and you claimed it sounded like you had a fish on the line, and something happened. Doc. I don't remember what. I know what happened. Why don't you going to tell us what happened and what you learned from that experience?
I didn't set the drag. So I should have checked the drag, using somebody else's fishing reel, and the big one got away, and now we'll never know how big that fish was.
So I know that we talked about this years later, and we even still talk about it. Something that I picked up from that, I don't think we got it at the time, but I think that with our maturity that we've started understanding is that we can't take anything for granted, because we were using your dad's fishing equipment, and you looked at him like, why didn't you set the drag? And his response was, I'm not the one using it. And I was like, dang. I was like, whoa. I said, man, Freeman a gangster, shot. I said, man.
Story of my life. You gotta check it for yourself. Can't rely on it.
Check it for yourself. Don't rely on the next man, even if it is your dad, man. It is your responsibility. All right, so I want to move backwards a little bit, because I wanted to go ahead and address that up front so people can see that you dealt with, I think, one of the biggest types of adversity that you could with, and you're still moving. But let's talk about you at Troy University, Troy University, playing football. Touted recruit coming in. I know you're going to be like, man, whatever. So really good. I would say great cornerback, and I'm not just saying that because you're on the show. But freshman year, you had to deal with some adversity, right?
Yeah, that was one of my toughest years of football. Just sitting there on the bench, not getting along well with my DB coach. Had a couple of conflicts. He threatened to send me home. Don't know how true that was, but it happened. But just dealing with a different style of technique, and it was hard for me to catch on, but it was tough. And
now you say it was one of your toughest years in football. How tough was it? Because from what I understand, I know that our coach said that he might send you home, but there was a point, if I remember correctly, where you were like, send me home, please, you be doing me a favor.
I don't remember it like that, because I don't know how my parents would have took that. But it was just tough. Like I said, just a different style, different technique. I was used to doing doing back planning a certain ways, but you know they had different styles, just shuffling. But just had to learn, like I said, adversity. Had to learn. Think I made it through it. I stayed at Detroit next year. You know, maybe by the grace of God, since we got a new DB coach. But you know, I made it.
Boy, and you talk about the flip flop of adversity, man. What's good for one dude is garbage for the next. Cause that DB coach came in and put me on the bench, shout. I said, God, dog, man. My brother up here shining, man, and I'm right here eating pie all of a sudden, man. Hey, DB coaches, man. You know Fleetwood, I love you, man. Other dude, and I know.
Shout out Coach Riley.
Hey, man, Coach Riley D, man, come
Riley
on.
D.
I deserve better than that, Coach. But we ain't gonna make this about me. So continuing on with football, you had another setback, or we're not. I'm not even going to call it a setback. You just had something else happen. Went with knee injury, ACL, MCL, LCL, ABCD, everything that happened with your knee, man. Go ahead and give it to us.
Yeah, going into my, guess to be my true junior year, doing fall camp, tore my ACL doing fall practice. It was a major blow coming off of a great sophomore season, started the whole year. A great defense, we're getting recognition. Me and Ray Reed, we in the magazine.
Ray Sean Reed, man. Much love to Ray Sean Reed, shouted.
So, like I say, doing that fall camp, toward the ACL, just went down. It was just like, wow, just like this the peak of my game right now. I'm just on, ready to take it to the next level. Had a strong summer, working out hard, just training, just grinding out there with my brothers, my teammates, just having, just ready to go into war with my fellow teammates, and just out the blue, tore my ACL, and just season over just like that before I even started. So I had to go into rehab and just dealing with the pain and just rehabbing, and just it was tough. Like I said, just a setback that you got to work through and keep on pushing.
So on this note, because I know we have our feelings about football today, and I know that you were still coaching. What league and what ages have you been coaching with football?
My little league program.
Yeah.
We're known as Young Dragons. We go from 6 to 12 youth.
Okay, so I know that I have my feelings about, contact sports and contact football now, as do you, and we don't see everything eye to eye on there, which is perfectly fine because you're wrong. Now, what would you tell the kids, the young men or the young ladies just in sports when they hit a wall or when they experience, some adversity when it comes to sports and they have that injury, whether it's knees or, like me, I dealt with concussions. What are some of the things that you're going to tell them to help them first realize what they're going through and then to overcome?
Just gotta understand it's a process of getting back on the field. This your love, this your baby. You gotta get back there. So in order to get back there, you just gotta work hard. You gotta deal with the trainers, the doctor, the rehab. You just gotta keep on pushing through the pain. I spent countless hours in the training room just rehabbing. So you just gotta keep on pushing through the hard times and just stay focused and just you gotta grind it out. Try to get back to better than when you got hurt before.
Is there a thing as getting better than you were before or not?
In some cases, I don't think personally I did. I just felt like my knee really, I don't think I got my full speed and my full flexibility back. But I think some players do get better than when they got hurt before. There've been records of that.
Okay. Now we want to pivot again back to your family life and back to your personal life. So are we okay to go with your sister or not?
Yes.
Okay. So, and guys, I am asking permission because I sent the questions over to Freemo, but he's so busy, he didn't respond to me. He didn't give me no feedback. And I told you guys we're going 26 minutes uncut, and I'm just not going to tap dance where I'm not welcome. Okay, so one of the things that I know about you and your family is your sister, Jennifer, and, what's going on with her. And this is your older sister. So just explain to the people from a young age, from you being born, you know, you came into a situation where a certain level of maturity was required of you. And could you explain to us why that is and what you experienced?
Yeah, I have an older sister, Jennifer. She's a year older than me. She had mental disability, so she require more care than I do. So just knowing that growing up, I just always tried to do what needed to be done and not put any extra stress or pressure or burden on my parents. Just try to take care of my business and help them out as much as I can. And even with my knucklehead brother, you know, causing problems, getting in trouble. So, you know, I just always try to do what I need to do and stay out their way or not put any, you know, stress on them. So, and that kind of became the philosophy of my life. Just do what I need to do. Don't put my work on anybody else. Don't put any trouble on anybody else. Just take care of my business. So that's just how I guess I attained it early on.
And so the reason I wanted to weave it together like this was because I wanted them to understand that when you talk about having a process and a plan and executing what you mentioned earlier, I wanted them to understand now when this came into being. All right, so a couple of questions that I have for you, Freemo.
All right.
If and we're doing fantastic, by the way, on the time we're at. We've got 5 minutes left. What you drinking, man?
H2O.
Oh, good stuff. My dog. Good
Water,
stuff.
you know.
All right. So if you could talk to 10-year younger Freemo, 10-year younger Freemo, what would you tell him?
Obtain more wisdom, seek counseling, read more, just stay learning. Just could avoid a couple of problems early on, but just always seek wisdom. Just try to get better every day. Just stay focused. Just, you know, take care of your business.
All right, because now you've turned into a reader in the past couple of years, right?
Yeah, thanks to you, I must say, you know, and a couple other people blame you, give you all the credit.
It's okay. I wouldn't take it all anyway. All right. So the next question, the last formal question that I'm going to ask, and then we're going to give a couple of rapid fire deals. When you're no longer here with us on this earth, Freemo, what do you want the world to say about you?
I was Freeman was a good person, you know. He was helpful. He was nice. Took care of his business. He just was a great person. Cause even now, when I'm dealing with people out in the field or I come across somebody, they recognize my name and ask, "Was your dad named Freeman White Jr.?" Or, you know, one that had the gutter service. They like, "Man, he was a great guy. You know, he just did great work. You know, always laughing, having a good time, a great spirit." I just want that same acknowledgement when I'm gone.
So how does that make you feel when you hear people that might not know you, but they know Pops, and then they start telling you, you know, how they feel and how they miss him? Well, what does that do to you?
Made me feel good, give me a warm feeling, and it just, you know, it just helped me remember the good time, remember him for just being the great person that I remember him by. So
okay, now on that note, you know, your dad was Freeman Jr., you're Freeman White III. And there is Freeman White IV, my man, Shark. The killer wasn't Great White. Shark is out here in the oceans, man. So how much do you think about Shark every time you're doing something, when you're having conversations, before you take an action, or really before you respond or act? How much are you thinking about him and what is going to be said about his pops when you're not here?
I gotta take that into account because, you know, I go before him, so I gotta leave behind a good name for him before him. So I gotta take that into full consideration. So I try to, you know, live up to my name as of my dad and just keep the great name history going on. So try to just try to be a great person. Just be great.
All right, good stuff, man. We just hit the 2-minute warning, so we got a couple of rapid fire questions for you. Just need your most honest answer. Oh, and that is one of Freeman White's flaws. He's too honest at times, all the time. He cannot tell a lie. He tried once and failed miserably. Okay, so here you go. You ready, Freemo?
All right.
Favorite color?
Red.
Favorite number?
24.
You sure it's not 48?
24, hey.
Okay, favorite cereal.
Guess Cheerios. Honey
Cheerios.
Nut Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh, okay. Favorite food, not cereal.
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings. Favorite drink.
Drink or drink?
Drink, not drank. Favorite drink.
I don't know. Orange juice, I guess.
Orange juice. Favorite hobby.
Football.
Favorite restaurant.
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake Factory.
I guess I've been going there lately, so cheesecake for now.
Hey man, you know cheesecake get you in trouble, man. You ain't seen you saw Drake video, man.
Hey.
All right.
No comment.
No comment. Last question before we let you go, man. Anything you want to share with the people? Any jewels wisdom that you want to drop on us?
Seek knowledge, stay grinding, work hard, give you all.
Give that to me one more time so the people make sure they hear it, man.
I said, just seek wisdom, keep grinding, give it your all, and do your best in everything you do.
There you go.
Never room for them to question you.
There you go. Appreciate it, man. You guys hear it right there. That is 26 minutes. So that brings us to the end of the 2-6. Freeman White, my dog, my brother, Little Lemon, Bubba, Freemo, Goody Two Cleats. I appreciate you, dog. That's it. Anything else?